As you can see, I'm surrounded by these awesome replicas of the Terracotta Warriors, and that means I'm going to be talking to the cast and director of The Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. Stay tuned and watch here on VIP Access. First of all, I just want to say congratulations because I know they announced that the film was officially going to be released.
Yes.
Was there ever a question that this film wasn't going to be released there? Or?
No, that was a story drummed up by Variety. The fact is that, China has had momentous occurrences, the earthquake and getting ready for the Olympics. Our country couldn't save New Orleans, but China had to deal with a more devastating natural disaster and prepare the largest international event of any country undertaking. So like we say in Casablanca, the problems of one little mummy doesn't amount to a hill of beans in this world, right? So we had to wait our turn till they could pay attention to something other than saving lives and mounting the Olympics. So this story was wrong, and we knew even when it was being run, we told them we had the verbal permission. They didn't want to believe it. And we got the letter. Bill Kahn got the letter yesterday or the day before.
So when you read the script and you decided to sign on it, what aspect of it excited you the most? Because I know you studied, Chinese history and all that kind of stuff. So what was it about this shoot that you were looking forward to the most, other than shooting in China, of course, but, off times, were there things that you wanted to go visit, and did you end up getting to do anything that you wanted?
Well, of course, I had visited all the major stuff before this movie. I'd been to Xi'an several times. I'd been to the Wall and, up to Hebei, to that beautiful waterfall setting. I had never been to Turfan out to the west, and I had never been to Ningxia to see the pyramids. So this was all wonderful side trips that I got to take through the film. But most of all, I never got to live among Chinese people day in and day out. I did drag in the Bruce Lee story, and I lived in Hong Kong, and the Hong Kong people day in and day out. But living in the mainland and up in areas like Tianmo, living with the farmers and being with people in little, smaller towns outside of Beijing, it just made me feel very close because everyone was so welcoming. Everybody was so kind about us being there. We were staying an hour and a half outside the location, and the guys would have the bicycles with the platforms on the back, and we'd hop on, and they'd take us to the hot pot restaurant, and they'd take us home, and they just really were embracing. So when I think about making The Mummy, what I think about more than anything is being among the Chinese people.
As a director, I'm assuming that your observational skills are like crazy heightened, and so wondering if you're living among the people, were there any things that you learned maybe from watching people interact, or will that be able? Can you bring those lessons to something in your future productions, or as the way you kind of live your life?
Well, one of the most powerful moments was actually like a metaphor. We were shooting in a 300-year-old Ming village out in the desert, and it had an opera house. And in the opera house, I made it Yang's headquarters, Anthony Wong's military headquarters. And up on the cornice of this small building were these beautiful, beautiful frescoes, beautiful Ming paintings on the walls. And during the Cultural Revolution, the Red Guards had painted it white. And the frescoes were bleeding back through the white. And I stood there with the Chinese crew, and I went, the history lives on. History will come back. And no one can stop the fact that we were something before this time, and our ancestors were something before this time that was important and had qualities that make us who we are. And so you can never thwart the power of history, and that is something I'll never forget, that moment.
Unfortunately, time is up. I wish I had more time to talk to you, but thank you.